This is last week, deload week. She's competing this Saturday. Come with me. Now, I've got a deload program. Just check this out. So we were usually doing 4 to 5 sets. And now, cut the volume in half. We're going 2 to 3 sets because she's sore, she's still fatigued. And we want to make sure she's peaking and she's as ready as possible for her competition this Sunday. 5 reps of double leg and 5 reps of single leg. This one, for this whole program right here, just technique, just fluidity, technique, and speed. 6 weeks approximately, 4 to 6 weeks approximately, doing double leg stuff, and then we transition to single leg. Now that we're in deload, doing a small combination of both. Instead of doing 3 or 4 sets, we're going 2 sets. Drop down the overall volume. Just 12 really high quality reps. Because for this one, Lucy's used to go boom, 8. She's like 8-type personality. She's like balls to, no, not balls. She's like going all out, right? So now my job is to taper her back in this last week. You know, make sure she's not pushing too hard. And she's gonna feel weird doing 2-3 sets of these movements, doing a band. She's like, what? But you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust that your body needs time to recover, to super compensate. Good, so right now she's just focusing on the landing, just focusing on technique, and then we'll speed it up.
So I'm gonna get through the whole obstacle course. Yeah.
The fucking confidence, Stippo. The confidence, Stippo, is unreal. All right.
Can I ask, what's the benefit of the soft leg? Is it to alleviate the pressure off your joints?
That's one reason, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's hugely beneficial, especially because you're not my age anymore. We can only put so much shock through your joints, right? Another reason, and because that's a great question, why do we want to land soft? One, because we want to efficiently absorb the force through all our joints, our knees, ankles, hips. You can go through single landing while I rant and rave. Another reason is because after we land, in sport or in athletic movements, as a primitive animals hundreds of thousands of years ago, when we have to rapidly exert ourselves, we often don't have to just move once. We often have to move consecutively, meaning after we jump once, we often have to jump again and change direction again. So if I can get her landing softly initially, she will be better physically prepared to produce force again than if she landed really hard. It just takes longer. It's less efficient. If you land hard and try and jump up again, and you try and land soft, you can pop up a lot easier if you're landing softly with grace rather than like you're 150 kilos in weight. With this, what Jay Ellis taught me, one of the best coaches that I've ever met who works at this facility, to recruit your lats more, he likes creating a little bit of an arch in the back, which I've talked about this briefly. A little bit of an arch, a little bit of thoracic extension so you can recruit your lats more. As opposed to someone who just goes vertically up and it becomes all anterior, becomes all shoulders, all chest. And your scapula can glide through upward and downward rotation in a much more fluid motion than if you just went vertically. Jump through the ground rather than internal cues. Hop, hop. So you can see, if I put my shoes on, which I don't have, if you compare an athlete like Shandor Earl, he's popping quick off the ground. But different athletes, right? I want you to try again, even quicker, even quicker. Imagine like you got hot coals under your feet, right? Another example of an external cue. Hot coals under your feet. Quick, 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 quick. It was quicker. You didn't get as much distance, but it was quicker. You see what it feels like a little bit. Just in case you're in a position where you have to go quick, you at least know what it feels like. Good. Result of it. As many reps as possible.
No, I know I am repeating.
Oh, you did?
PF.
Perfect form.
Oh, that's what I...
So usually we had chains on it. We had 3 chains last week, 3 chains the last week before that. Now we're going back to body weight. Try and reduce the load that's going through a nervous system. And I'm watching right here. If you come on the angle down here, Chris, if you look at on the same angle I'm at, what I'm looking for is to see her pelvis moving. Stay right there. I'm looking, when I say perfect form, If I see a hip shift, if I see her thoracic come up first, then that's when I start to cut it. And to stop that, to mitigate that, squeeze glutes hard, press through the ground. Lengthen those fingers.
You prepared for Sunday?
I'm so nervous. I'm on at 1 a.m.
1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Why 1 a.m.?
There were 6,000 applicants, 240 got through the TV series. And so they've only got a week to fill. And so they've literally put us like in time slots, and I obviously got the short end of the straw.
Does anyone go after 1 a.m.?
Probably about 2:30 in the morning. Probably about 2:30 I'll be done in the morning.
But like, do people go all through, like some people are at 4 a.m. and stuff like that? Like others at...
So I reckon I'll be one of the last.
Okay, one of the last people. Yeah.
Mine's just kind of like, it's hard to perform at that time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's
So
not right.
Like midday and Sunday.
They got a much better advance. Think you'll be able to get to the grand final? Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah?
I have to.
That's right, the motivation.
It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I just have to. So then I just have to keep flying up and back to Sydney. So you know I've got in. If I'm like, Alex.
That's a winner's fucking mindset right there.
No, I have to. I just got to complete it.
It's already done.
It's done.
It's done. That's what Will Smith said. Once you commit in your mind, it's done, the universe is just going to get out your way. That's it. That really resonated with me when you said that.
Do you believe in the quote, believe you're a champion, then you become a champion?
Yes.
I believe in aspects of that. Lucy, go ahead. Tell them.
Fuck yes. It all stems from your mind. If you believe you can do it, then you put in the steps to do it, then you do it.
But even if you don't do it, even if you can't, because I believed I could play professional basketball with all my heart and soul. I couldn't. I didn't. All right? There's a whole nother story there. But if I didn't believe it mentally, I wouldn't have got anywhere near as far, and she wouldn't get anywhere near as far in her career, in her endeavors, in her competition, if she didn't believe it. So you shoot for the fucking stars,
To get to the moon.
and you'll land in the moon. Yeah, exactly. Rather than shooting for the clouds and landing just on the ground.
Landing on a mountain.
On a mountain. Right, control down. So this is to help release the hip flexors. You're gonna place it just below your ASIS, anterior superior iliac spinae, that pointy bit on your front of your pelvis. You're gonna lie back, Lucy. You're gonna drop the dumbbell down, and you're just gonna let it lay. You're gonna try and find a spot, right? You're just gonna let it lay into there. Find a spot, rest back, come in on a bit of a diagonal, and press in. I'm gonna grab a heavier one for you. Now, you have to be very careful when you do things like this. And you talk to me, okay? You want more, less, keep breathing. Breathe through your belly. Inhale, fog the mirror, exhale. Good. Focus on deep diaphragmatic breathing. We're essentially doing assisted soft tissue work, myofascial release, okay? Make sure you talk to your client, ask for constant feedback when you're doing things like this. I'm just getting her to relax, deep breathing. And I'll show you guys another variation of this, which I really like as well. If it's an 8 out of 10, that number should start to go down in discomfort. Notice her knees in a flexed position, turns on the hip flexors, because the hip flexors turn on when you flex your knee, hence hip flexors, right? So if I get into a hip flexion while doing soft tissue work, as opposed to her legs being extended, we're able to get deeper into that tissue. Just get through those adhesions. This is week 8 hands. This is fucking...
I should have done progress shots of my hands because they're fully like man hands now. Oh yeah. La, 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 la.
So this is actually a regression to the chaotic planks with the bands, which were in deload week, so that's what I want. It's not going to be as challenging for her on her core unless I move her and force her to stabilize. It's a great way to teach core engagement as well, because your body, it's hard to compensate in this position. Your body kind of will activate the appropriate muscles automatically. There we go. There we go. You don't know when it's going to happen, Lucy. That's a great variance. See, when your athlete is competing in competitions that require chaotic stimuluses, chaotic environments, you don't know what's going to happen. Just throw balls at them. It's a little fun. And I think it's actually practical. I actually do. Like, even though it's a bit silly, I honestly think it's practical. Because she has to brace. When the ball hits her, she has to brace. And another variance you guys could do, if your athlete can already do 25 kilos, 60 seconds, add more plates. Meaning grab 2 20-kilo plates and grip it. Grab a couple 15s. Grab another 10 on top of this and grip it wider. You're not just relegated to just doing one plate. Come on. Last week, we got a unilateral front rack rope pull. Never before done in this facility that I've seen. Got it from the king, Joe DeFranco. So here's what it looks like. Unilateral front plank rope pull. Got her in a plank position, so core strength, grip strength, trying to keep your pelvis neutral. Now, Tyler push. Let's go. Quick. Get it. Hey, how you feeling?
I'm nervous, but ready. I'm ready. I'm prepped. Like, I'm ready for it. But it's nerves. It's like, that's normal. Yeah.
Part of the process.
Exactly.
And I asked her, like, while messaging her, like, think back to the times she competed the best performances she'd ever competed in gymnastics, and tell me about those times. How did you feel beforehand?
Yeah, pretty sick. But the thing is, when you prepare, then you just focus on the task. If you're not prepared, then you focus more on the nerves.
And you know you prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
100%.
I can't get any more prepared.
No, and it's not just these 8 weeks. It's 10 years of damn training, preparing your body, keeping yourself in shape.
Refining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a very good 8 weeks. You know, we've done pretty much everything we can prepare for this. Well, then will be the last session with us together before she competes.
Oh,
Nothing but the best. Nothing but like we've done everything we can. You've done everything you can.
You've been amazing.
Thank you.
Honestly, I wouldn't feel prepared if it wasn't for you. So how this started, right, is we were at
We're at dinner.
We're at dinner.
Hold on.
And then we went out for dinner, and I said to Alex, people have been tagging me in the beep that out. People have been tagging me in the applications for 2018, and I said, I'd love to do it, but I've got no one to film me because you have to submit a 5-minute video. And Alex is like, I'll do it for you. And I'm like, really? So anyway, submitted the
We had
video.
about 3 days. We filmed it that weekend. We had like 3 days.
I just got back from overseas, I think the day or two before,
Yep.
from like 6 weeks of traveling around Europe. Had not trained at all,
Yep.
and then we had to put together this video within just a couple of days.
Fucking killer video, I'll tell you that.
Awesome vid. Then I think probably 2 weeks later, I got a call saying, it was the telephone interview. Then made it through to the final stage of the audition process. Then got an email saying, yep, you're through the TV series. And that was because if we didn't have that dinner, I wouldn't be doing this.
100%. If I hadn't even offered, I could have just been like, nah, I'm not gonna say anything. But
I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't
exactly,
be training.
it's just amazing how like serendipity works.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the strongest that I've felt in years. I've not felt this strong since I was probably 17.
Woo! That's a testimonial
And I'm
right there.
31 now.
Yeah, and yeah, some people think, I'm in my 30s now, like I'm not the same. But clearly, you're a testament to you can get your body back. That you can be thriving and performing
Yep.
well beyond your physical peak.
Yeah, but apart from a couple of little niggling things because I've been stupid with my training, my body's been fine.
Yeah.
Usually it's just, fatigued or injury ridden, but this, I feel strong, I feel like an athlete.
Good.
So, thanks, Alex.
Hey, Lucy, this is a team effort. So now we got 5 or so days before you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I've utter confidence in you to just perform.
Yeah.
And no matter the result, we squeezed the fuck out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But I know you give it everything,
No,
so
I'm
that's all that
gonna make
matters.
it happen. I'm gonna smash the warped wall. I'm gonna smash it all. I'll make sure of it.
Done.
I'll flick the switch.
Done. That's a performer right there. That's an A-grade athlete right there.
You could slip and then fuck the whole thing up. I'm just giving you a perspective on the whole thing.
See, that's the pessimism.
Negative.
That's not the pessimism, that's me being honest. People have gone there with the best
You're right.
preparation
You're
and
right.
failed,
But would you rather dwell on that or?
Oh no, I didn't dwell on that. People say I failed fucking this.
Yeah.
Do you think fucking I listen to anyone? No.
Exactly.
I just want to be on camera right now and say something fucking negative. It's never fucking about, it's always about me. And you took it away. No, I'm kidding. Good luck. Hey, but you know what? You got two things, right? You can either go there and go, I'm going to fuck the whole thing up, or you can go, I'm going to go fucking win. People are going to be negative either way. People are going to say you're going to fail. I'm just being one of those people. Prove me wrong.
That's just more fuel, baby.
Hey, use that as fucking fuel. Use it as fuel because personally, I don't think you can do it. We'll see what happens. I hope you do it, but I don't think you can. We'll see what happens.
Why?
No.
Yeah, no, I
I'm not
totally
saying you
agree.
can't do it. I'm just saying it's geared towards more males winning. Because
Okay,
look at
if
it.
it was an all-female comp, how do you think I would?
You probably should win it. Is it a sport?
Oh my God, Christian.
Just an obstacle course race.
So is it a sport though? Do it have balls in it? I'm stirring her up now. I know it's a sport. I'm just stirring her the fuck up. Good luck, and I hope you win it.